Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Student's Opinion. Today, we are here for the 11th episode. No, not the 11th episode. We are here for the first episode of our month review. This is a new segment where we are going to be talking about the past month in retrospect. We're going to be seeing what we did well, what we could have improved, and then brief you on some of the projects that we want to undertake on this podcast. So today is the first month review. We are reviewing the month of January 2023 in retrospect. So, Medhaansh, how has the month been for you in general outside of our podcast?
You shouldn't have asked that, Vineet. Well, the IB is definitely strenuous. We've been doing a large number of stuff. The stress of the IB, as people like to call it, definitely has caught up to me. And my entire schedule is complete jam packed. I'm just happy of the fact that I'm just able to sleep a good night's rest. Although I do suspect that will soon go missing.
Yeah, so with the projects that we have lined up, we're going to be telling you guys more about that soon. So, yeah, with the projects that we have lined up, I don't think you will be getting sleep for a few months from now.
Yeah, so I think I'll start preparing myself on the point that I can just start working 24/7 without any sleep. Yeah, I think I'll start preparing myself for that from now.
Yeah, that's a useful skill, especially for the real world.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, well, for me, I had a more relaxed month. Well, I got done with my college applications last December, so I was just waiting, and that's much easier. So I got more time to focus on our podcast here. So that's why we have more projects for you. So my free time is now your bane because you won't get any free time from now.
Wahaha. Very funny. So, well, yeah, I think in retrospect, in terms of our podcast, we have done considerably well. We have released a considerable amount of episodes, the first being on January 1st. In the new year, we started off with what is the best college admission system, which was a discussion between us, and we discussed about the test-based college education and the college application system, and we discussed the issues in it, the reasons of students burn out in both systems, and the changes that would implement and would improve the lives of students. In the other one, we talked about government and education and how in it has a nationalized education system. If you remember, we I think we talked about also the how the curriculum reflects the ideology of the political party in power and seeds, what we termed as ultra nationalist ideas in students, and it does not allow the students to independently develop their worldviews. Well, we missed one episode on January 15th. That was essentially because we had like a clash in schedule, and also because we were deciding on a few more projects. So that's on us. We are completely sorry. But we also released another episode before the month review as well, which talked about the national education policy, which is the game changer in the Indian education system. We talked about its pros and cons and what it missed and how it can be otherwise improved if we had to consider improving that policy as well. So yeah, I think that briefly summarizes as to what we were doing over the month. What do you think, Vineet? Do you want to cover anything else?
Yeah, well, I actually enjoyed this month a lot. We had a diverse set of topics that we discussed here on the podcast, from college education systems to a new education policy in India, and finally about how the government might be influencing education too much. And that's sort of similar with how people have problems with government intruding in all aspects of life, from education to healthcare to everything. So, like I said, that episode has pros and cons. So that's more of a debate sort of episode that we had. And then we discussed the national education policy, as you stated, in great depth last week. And I think we did a good job explaining it to new people and how this might be the next big step for India. So those were the episodes we presented this past month, and then the month review this weekend. So yeah, that's about what we have been doing the past month. But what do you think we could have done better, Medansh?
Well, I don't know. Well, we always have places where we can improve. This is we could in a sense go a bit deep more into research. We could understand more points of view on what we're doing, and yeah, we can definitely go on about describing about how we can improve ourselves. So I think I would like to request our listeners out there, so if you have any points where you think that we as your host could improve in the perspective of bringing out your opinion, as in the student's opinion, as our title suggests, please do reach out to us by YouTube or by emailing us on contact.thestudentsopinion@gmail.com. Reach out to us and we will do our level best to represent your voice, to make sure that your opinion matters.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that we have been lacking, which is more students' opinions than just ours. So if we do get some more mails from you guys, we did get a few in the original, in the starting months, and that's how we got Angel on the podcast. So getting more of you involved with our podcast would really help push out all of your thoughts and your beliefs and not just ours. So that's something we do look forward to going forward. That is more involvement and interaction with students from around the world. But yeah, and also more interviews. That's what we started off this podcast with, which is interviewing students. And we sort of miss it. We haven't really gotten too many people coming up to us and us saying, hey, I would like to talk to you guys. So yeah, we are also trying to reach out to students. And we would like it if you guys could come and talk to us about education, you guys, about the education systems you have been through as well.
And yeah, I think considering the Vineet, I don't know what you're going to say about this, but seeing how far we've reached in January, releasing and talking about national education policies. I just remember the fact that how we were struggling in August back last year to release even a single episode. We just took an entire month after recording as our listeners might remember, with Aiden and Alan from New Zealand. So yeah, I think we have come a long way, and we have definitely improved. But there are definitely chances of further improvement to make our podcast reach to each and every student, school institution, or teacher out there who will be willing to listen to us.
Absolutely. And improvement is a continuous process. So when we started off, we had absolutely no idea about what we were doing, what we had to use, what would be the best way to record, what would be the best way to speak. But as we have come through this journey, we have discovered that there is no best way that we were looking for. And that's, I think, the most important lesson that we have learned, that there are many ways of doing it, and you just got to choose the way that works best for you. And I think that's why we have developed more confidence as we've uploaded more episodes in the way we talk, the way we research, the points we present, the viewpoints that we bring and shed light on. So that has been a continuous process since we started in August, and actually since we started in June, because that's when we really got the idea to start this. And we have an entire story behind how we started the podcast and how we've gotten here, all the challenges we faced, what we had to do to improve ourselves. And I think that's where we should be talking about our very first project, our new project. So, Medhaansh, do you want to introduce it to our audience?
Yeah. So for our new project, we'll be releasing a 5 video series about our how our journey in this podcast has been. Yeah, it's gonna take into each and every consideration of how we have worked from the time the idea was born to how we reached with the name of the student's opinion, and how we are at this point have developed as we are today. So it's going to be a 5 video series, and will be published on YouTube. And we are working on it currently, and we would like all our listeners out there to, if you really want to know how we have gone ahead and done this for you all, and even for understanding the education system better, to make the change in the education systems across the world, please do go check it out. It's going to be a collaborative work with the student filmmakers from UWC Maastricht. So yeah, Please do go check it out.
Yeah, and I think I have to stress that this is the biggest project that we have undertaken after starting this podcast. So it's going to be a full-fledged video series, sort of like a Netflix series. It's going to be professionally edited, as Medhaansh said, by the Filmmakers Society at UWC Maastricht in Netherlands. So yeah, the script is all down to Medhaansh. He's gone through and combed through all our chats, all of our original interactions to come up with the script, storyboarding, and the entire aspect of writing an entire script. And then we are going to be recording ourselves, reprising our roles using, and then it'll be edited professionally by UWC filmmakers who have experience editing even movies professionally. So it's going to be a really big project, and we hope you like it. So the way it's going to work is it's going to be a 5 video series, which will be on YouTube. And we're going to go all the way from when we started our podcast. Our idea was born in June to how we got through our first episodes, the difficulties then of editing, then finding guests, making time out of our busy schedules for this podcast, and making it more important to us to now where we are in January, starting off with this month review and uploading these videos to share our journey to you and to inspire you. We hope to inspire you to also start your own podcast and share your ideas with other people from around the world. And the videos will be uploaded once a month. So we would have the first episode coming out sometime in February, the second in March, and so on up to June. So that'll all be a separate playlist, and it will be available exclusively on YouTube. And that's, I hope, going to work out really well. And I hope you guys enjoy what we put out for you in the following months.
Please do check it out as well. Yeah, we've been putting a lot of work into this. As I said, I will be not sleeping at all in the next few months with the IB and this new project we have undertaken as well. So yeah, please do go check it out. It would mean the world for us, and it will also help you to understand about who we are as individuals and what we have been doing to help the message go of education and how education systems across the world reach to you all. So yeah, please do go check it out.
Yes, and along with that, this week we're launching our own Discord server, where it's a Discord server where all of you people can join and talk to other students from around the world and discuss things, literally anything. So we did create the Discord server. We initially kept it only for recording, but then now we decided to open its doors to all of our listeners to come and socialize with other people whom they cannot meet because they live in different countries. So what do you think about that idea, Medhaansh?
I think the idea of Discord was brilliant. I think when we first started, we just used Discord, just to keep in track, okay, when are we next recording and all that stuff. But as we have gone over the months, I think we have come to a general agreement of the fact that how people from all across the world will listen to us might have more points and more opinions about the other curriculums, but are not able to reach out. So I think with the help of this Discord server, they'll be able to reach out to people from across the globe and maybe even expand their own understanding of how curriculums and education works. So yeah, I think this idea is is rather brilliant. And please, I would personally request as well to all our listeners, please do go check out our Discord server, which will be released this week. It will be posted on all our social media platforms, all the way from Instagram, Twitter, you name it. You can see our Discord servers. You can join our Discord server from there. So yeah, if you want to mingle with an international community and talk about a lot about education and all other things as well, about how different curriculums work, please do go check it. Please do go join our Discord server in this week.
Oh, and also the Discord server won't just be limited to talking about education. You can talk about sports. You can talk about anything that you're passionate about under the sun, or even about. So it's not just a education limited Discord server, guys. You can come and talk to people whom you've never met before about anything you want. It's going to be an overall fun time. I look forward to meeting and talking with you fans, not through email, but on Discord, which offers that extra bit of personal touch. So then, Medhansh, what are your plans now for February for the podcast? Yes, we do have our first video series to put out. So, what other episodes do you think we should do? And any ideas that you have right off the bat right now?
Well, let we definitely can look forward to think interviewing more people from across the globe. I think we could interview a few different people who have come from different countries and different curriculums, and maybe and that's one of the reasons why we opened the podcast as well. So maybe we'll be revisiting our roots, and definitely we'll be working on a 5 video series. So yeah, that's in our line as well. Apart from that, we might go into a few more discussions, and if you have any interesting more topics you want us to talk about, or you want to join on with us and discuss about stuff, do leave us a chat on our Instagram, or tag us on Twitter, and we will contact you in the earliest, so that you can join in and have a great conversation with us.
Yeah, so we are trying to get back to our roots of interviewing, and obviously, we're going to be continuing our discussions. But surely we will try our best not to let our new video series, our new project, to hinder our original content. So we want to put out more content for you guys to enjoy, and we really hope that you find the new steps that the podcast is taking to be beneficial to you in learning more about things happening around. So then I think, yeah, that's it for this month review. We look forward to where this podcast goes next. It's been exciting and quite a journey to come from starting the podcast to here. And now we hope that we can continue this journey forward for many more months to come by releasing an episode a week.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Vineet. And on that note, we'll be concluding this month review. And this review is exclusively available on Spotify for the first 2 days, after which it will be available on YouTube, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified when future episodes drop, and comment on what you have thought of this episode. If you have any suggestions, as always, be sure to email us at contact.thestudentsopinion@gmail.com. For now, it is Vineet and I signing off.